Well, welcome to part 2 of the sequel on the article from the Washington Post newspaper this past month, July, about Neanderthals breeding with humans far earlier than previously thought. What this means is that they found out that there's DNA evidence that Neanderthals are a whole lot more interlaced into the gene pool of everybody else than they thought, which means, this must have happened a lot earlier in the history of things than they had thought before, and Neanderthals didn't go extinct before we did. As a matter of fact, we lived at the same time. Look what this says here. The means that modern human ancestors must have interbred with Neanderthals before 219,000 years ago, and hence could have migrated out of Africa and into Europe much earlier than we thought. So they'd have had to been breeding with humans 219,000 years earlier than today in order to be as integrated as they are into our gene pool, even though Neanderthals are extinct today. But how did they know that Neanderthal bone was 124,000 years old? Take a look at how they figured it out. They used mutational rates to calculate that the bone is 124,000 years old. And look at the top of the article. Post and his colleague, the paragraph, they looked at differences in the mitochondrial DNA and in other Neanderthals. Okay, think about that for just a second. 124,000 years old is how old they think this leg bone is because of the mitochondrial DNA. Well, all right, look, back in 1998, there was an article in Science News by Ann Gibbons saying that the mitochondrial clock had been set wrong. What they found out, and you can look up the original research, is that the mutation rate is 20 times faster than they thought, which meant every year it's really 1/20th, or every 20 years is 1 year, whatever. It's 20 times shorter than what they had thought, because we used to think mitochondrial DNA could only be affected by the female line of inheritance, but it can't. The male line can figure in there too, just a teeny bit, but that's enough to make an impurity that makes it 20 times more different than it would have been if males can't contribute. Now that 124,000 years, divide that by 20, guess what you get? You get that Neanderthals were integrated and their DNA was in the one big gene pool with all humans 6,000 years ago. Guess where everybody came from? Adam and Eve. Guess who everybody's DNA is integrated with? Adam and Eve and all their descendants. They've once again proven that using science, historical accuracy of the Genesis historical account, which is also the Genesis scientific account. I hope that you have learned something from this. Keep on thinking, and God bless you. Dr. Jackson.